The screen that you're looking at right now is a server. This is built on VirtualBox, so that it's a virtual server. I'm going to go down here to the Start menu, and I'm going to go up to Windows Administrative Tools and down to Group Policy Management. Now, Group Policy Management, as you can see, has a bunch of things called OUs. Those stand for Organizational Units. So within an organizational unit, let's say this warehouse OU, I can set up group policies. I'm going to make a group policy object here called new group policy object. And then I'm going to edit that, and now I can set all sorts of things. For example, here I can set things about the computer configurations and user configurations within that OU. Here are some user configuration policies, administrative templates, control panel. And so, for example, you can see prohibit access to the control panel in PC settings. So I could set so that that OU cannot get access to the control panel or to the settings app. So these are the kinds of things I can do as an administrator using group policy. Well, one of the things that you can do using group policy is set up software installation. And by setting up software installation, I can push out different software to my users, or I should say to the computers on my domain. So the group policy software deployment is such that the domain administrator can set up automatic installation of different applications on different computers in the domain. The install files have to be set up right there in the server. So the install files are already there on the server, and then those are pushed out to the computers on my domain as I wish. Now the nice benefit of that is that all of the computers that I desire will have the same software, and users can't delete it, they can't alter it. If they do try to alter it or somehow alter it, it will just rewrite itself again. And so I know what versions people have of things and so on. There is also an option to publish an application. So a published application is one that I make available on the server, but the user has a choice to install it or not. Whereas assigned applications are ones where I assign it to that computer and the user has no choice. It is just put there already. So this is how we can use group policy. And by the way, there is also a local group policy on each individual machine. So right now we're looking not on my server, but on my machine right now. And I'm going to call up the local group policy, gpedit, edit group policy, and you'll see I have several group policy settings that I can set for this particular computer, including software settings. So I can also set them up locally. Now the domain ones will override the local ones, but I certainly can at the local computer level set up software settings. Now we're not going to go through how to do that because it's rather complex. We don't need that for the objectives of this class. But it is interesting and fun to play around with if you ever get a chance to play around with that.